Hi, some of you ask for a video on subqueries. It seems that it's a concept that maybe you didn't grasp completely. Look, it's an easy concept. It's probably the easiest one that you have in SQL. It's pretty easy, pretty simple to grasp, and let's try to grasp it. We open a window in MySQL. Here it is, and then let's use a table. Well, we connect to a database, DSI, DSI1, and then tables. Which table do we have? There is one table that seems to be pretty okay for illustrating subqueries, and this inditex. We have done that in class, so let's do it again. We have this inditex table, here it is, and we select everything. Well, here you have it. Well, there are two fields that maybe we can use to illustrate subqueries. One is ventas, sales, the other is beneficios, profits. So a normal query would be something like we select all the shops from inditex where, I don't know, sales, ventas, is greater than 2,500. And this produces a result. But this is a fixed number. What if, well, this 2,500 is something that changes from time to time? Let's say, for example, we may want to select all shops that are above the average in sales. We do that with the subquery. What could be the average? Well, the average is possibly one of the easiest queries that we have in SQL. Saying the average is something like take average vendor sales from inditex, and that produces the average. This is the average vendor sales of this table is 2,789.3913, whatever. That's the average. Of course, we can key in this number by hand and put here 2789, and this will produce the result that we want, but we don't want to do that every time. Why, instead of a number, this number, we cannot put a query, a formula to obtain the number? How can that be? Well, pretty simple. We take the same query. Instead of keying in the number, we put a query with parentheses. What's the query? Select average from average what? Average ventas from inditex. We have exactly the same result. We have all shops. We can, of course, order these by from greater to lower, from the biggest one to the lowest one, and whatever. We have exactly the same result, but that doesn't depend. We don't have to key in. We put a formula here. So we are selecting records, but using queries to select these records. Let's say that we want to do something else. Not only the ones that sold more than the average, but the ones that not only sold more than the average, but whose profit was greater than the average. So how can we do that? Well, it's simple. We put an and we will say that beneficios profit, it's again greater than what? Well, we can take the thing, copy and paste this thing, and instead of ventas, in this case it will be beneficios, and then in the text we have to close it. And here we have the combination of shops that sold above the average and also with profits that are above the average. That's a typical query that you can do with any shops, any chain, and you want to have these results. Another typical query is just the opposite. What about the shops that sold more than the average, but whose profits was less than the average? Well, that would be as simple as doing this. And here we have them. we may order this or not, or it doesn't matter. So as you can see, what we have in subqueries is that we change a number, a value, for a query. And here we change and we put a number. In this case, average sales, average profit. We don't have to put a number. We can put, for example, we can say all the shops that sold, all the countries that sold above the average, and then would be a list of countries, and then we can do that with the in keyword or any other condition. How do you think about subqueries? Well, the first thing that you do when you read something about that is above the average sales, something that is a formula that at the end will produce a number or will produce a list of places, this is a subquery. Normally what we do is what we did here. You first test the subquery, make sure that the subquery works, and then if you want, do the normal query with the number that you gained and you substitute the subquery with the number. And this makes the query simpler, easy to understand, and easy to test. I hope this helped. See you tomorrow in class. Bye.